Hi there, students. Here we are, episode 3. Today's episode is about how to land a job at a major market research provider. Today, Pavel is joining me, a QC alum, recently graduated, June of 24, who actually was lucky enough to land a fantastic opportunity at a major market research provider. So, Pavel, welcome.
Thank you.
Great to have you here.
Great to be back.
So tell me a little bit about your career, or rather your journey at Queens College.
Yeah, sure. So my route was very not traditional. I came back to Queens College to finish my bachelor's degree in economics. When I came back, I'll be honest, I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do. I even changed my major once. I was looking into teaching, and when I went into a classroom, I'll put it this way, thanks to all the teachers for all the hard work that they do, but it's not for me. So I decided to graduate with an economics degree. At first, I was really looking into wealth management. I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do. And through the assistance of the Career Center and the various programs available, I was able to narrow it down and know all my options and prepare myself very well.
Great. So tell me a little bit about what you did to prepare yourself to land such an amazing opportunity.
I would say it's the way to tell the story and the confidence needed and how to really interview. It's a skill. It takes time and effort, networking, going to the event, going to offices. You know, the first time I remember sitting in an office only a year ago, I was very uncomfortable, very kind of worried, oh, this is all so new. But, you know, when you go a lot and when you get involved, it becomes a little bit easier every time, and before you know it, it's natural.
Mm-hmm. So if I understand correctly, how soon did you start your application process?
So I returned to school here 2 years ago, which takes us to 2022. My first year back, I was not involved in any applications, just taking classes, and I was still in the teacher route. Once I decided that I was going to graduate in 2024, I started immediately. So I would say August of 2023, I started looking, applying, and even throughout that whole summer, once I made that decision.
A year in advance?
Yeah, about
right,
a year in advance.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So from your networking perspective, or even just joining clubs, what clubs and organizations did you do? What were some of your accomplishments while at Queens College?
So I had the opportunity to participate in the College Fed Challenge and get an award for Queens College. We're the top 3rd school in the New York region, up there with Columbia and Manhattan College. It's a great achievement, the first time any SUNY or CUNY school ever was able to receive such award. That also gave me a lot of opportunities, obviously, to get known throughout the school, throughout the university, and I was able to meet with Eleanor. I remember when I first met with her, which was in the summer, you know, she kind of gave me a little bit of a path forward, potentially, you know, like, what do you want to do? Not maybe just a financial analyst. A lot of people are like, I want to be a financial analyst. I was able then to meet Professor Luc Marest. He then was able to introduce me to your program. At first I was like, I have a lot going on, but I took the program at the first 2 classes and I signed up for the whole series. Without that, it would be very difficult to interview, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, no, I remember actually when you first joined the Career Readiness Masterclass, you were very adamant and very set that you wanted to be a financial advisor. And after taking the class, what actually happened? You had a different perspective because so much has given you a wider view of what possibility was out there. Yeah,
I mean, you know, I think when you just look at things yourself, I mean, I personally enjoy trading and I enjoy talking to people. So, you know, I put that in my mind that that's what I want to do without understanding the process or how to do it. I think when you look for job opportunities there, you're going to hear what the company wants to tell you. So I applied to like Equitable Advisors, so you can name that company. And, you know, it's all commission based. There's not much of a pay. In fact, you even have to pay rent. So, you know, once I noticed all of that and I was able to connect that with the career program, I knew that's something I was not prepared to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. A lot of students feel that, you know, wealth management, financial advisement, but what they don't really know in the beginning is that it is a sales job and you have to start and you have to build a book of business, and it's a great career. You just have to know what it's about before you can do that.
Yeah, for sure.
So if you could give any student today advice about what they would do in their, let's say, junior year, you know, what should they do? A step-by-step guide.
I would say attend all the office visits you can within reason. I wouldn't go as far as skipping class for it, but within reason, attend different office visits, because that really takes you into an office in Manhattan, which we're lucky to have 10, 15 miles from here, and you can really feel and see if this is a life that you want talk to people there, take the career readiness class. You will learn the skills necessary to interview for any position post-college in the business, financial services field, accounting, sales, anything like that. You'll at least know how to interview, and even not in that, in any field, you'll just learn how to interview post-college, because I feel like it's very different interviewing before college, because I've had a little mini career before college, and those interviews are different than when you're going into a professional setting after graduating. So I think just learning those skills is very necessary, and putting yourself out there just so you could see what you may or may not like.
What do you attribute to that really the one thing that helped you land that job at this major company?
I would say the networking, going there, understanding the culture of the company, understanding what the company does, understanding the procedure, with what's expected of you, all of that together with the skills of how to communicate, great communication skills, right? A lot of people don't understand that when you're, a job posting is out, they're listing what they're looking for. So if you come into a job interview, and I was actually able to do this kind of experimentally, and you're giving them something that they are not looking for, even if you're very highly qualified, you're probably not going to get the job, because they're specifying what they want in the job posting. So, you come back, it's like if you go into a car dealership and you say, I want a white Subaru, and the dealer's like, I don't have a white Subaru, I'll give you a white Mercedes. I mean, they're giving you a good car, but they're not giving you what you want.
Exactly. I refer to that in Career Readiness Masterclass as, you are a hamburger trying to be spaghetti and meatballs. There's a mismatch,
yes,
right?
Exactly,
right.
Yes, exactly.
So how did you actually prepare for your interview with this company? So you did a lot of networking, you spoke a lot with the recruiters, you did on-site visits. What are the things, so how long did it actually take you to prepare? How long did you, how much time invested in actually learning about the company before you went on these massive interviews?
I would say almost an academic year. So it's a lot of practice. You get better each time. Even right now, I'm not perfect. I'm sure if I go interview now, I'd be better than I was a few months ago, and I'll be better in 2 years than I was today. It's a constant process, constantly evolving. I went on many different interviews, including some that maybe I wouldn't be interested in, but any opportunity I got, I was out there. So then when the big one comes, it's a little easier. Not gonna lie, it's a little bit scary when you're at the end of the job you really, really want, because you feel like everything's on the line. So everyone's gonna feel that. I felt that, but you just try your best, and at that point, believe in it, and it's out of your control. Just try your best.
So tell me about the internships that you had.
Yeah.
I know most recently you just coming off of a really interesting internship.
Yeah, and that internship was also one that I landed through networking. I was able to learn how a corporate environment works. I remember my first day starting it. It was my first day working in an office setting in Manhattan, and just taking in all the etiquette, seeing how people act. That's really what I focused on at first, because it is a little bit different. Well, it's very different than college, but it's even different than other jobs that you may hold. That's more, I would say, on a retail setting, or maybe in a coffee shop, or other jobs that college students have. And then you just get to learn what's expected of you, how to communicate, how to dress. All that all together comes together.
But how did you get that internship? Because what you did was quite unique, and it took a lot of courage and guts to do it.
Yeah, I was able to be, at first I was referred to another job there, which I didn't receive because that's not my qualifications. And I went, the CEO of the company visited Queens College. I went up, said I'm interested in a sales role, and my boss was also looking for salespeople, and they said, let's reach out to this Queens College student.
So that's not an easy thing to do.
No,
you had the courage to get out there, to meet the CEO, and to let her know that you were interested in an opportunity.
Yeah.
That is one of the key qualifications it takes, especially if you're looking for a job in sales.
Yes.
They respect that. You have to ask for what you want.
Yes.
In anything. So, and you landed it, which congratulations, that was
Thank
great.
you. Mm-hmm.
And so it was really an interesting, it was quite an, I'm going to say intense, because it wasn't an easy type of a sales role, because you were selling to financial services clients, hedge funds to be direct, right?
Yeah.
And you were selling what? Software.
Software, yeah.
Software that
Cloud-based
was
software,
responsible
treasury
for
management.
treasury management software. So you did need to know a lot about what?
A lot about the pain points, a lot about the financial services ecosystem. I feel like that's also big if you're going to financial services, is understanding the ecosystem. That's almost expected of you. And another piece of advice I'll give everyone, when, during that internship, some of the senior people that I got to get close with, because it's a small company, told me, no matter where you go, senior executives are always looking for talent. You could be out in a bar, you can be in a restaurant, you could be anywhere, especially here in New York. never know where opportunities could come, or where if you don't act well, people be like, this person is someone that maybe later is like, I've seen this person around. So it's a small world. Put it that way. I bump into people all the time that I know in Manhattan. I went to college with, went to high school with, just on a subway train once, so it happens.
It does. Reputation carries itself. So you're done with that internship, and now you're off to a really good, successful career.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate you sharing your story with our students. It's key. I'm proud to sit next to you as a QC alum, and we wish you nothing but great success in your new role.
Thank you so much, Jerry. Appreciate it. Thank you.